Hi friends, happy end of January. Wow, the time just flies. It's crazy. It's been a while since I've made an update. Those of you that are following me know that I did make my page private there for a few months due to sudden situation that health decline that arose with my dad. My dad was suddenly diagnosed with stage 4 mesothelioma, asbestos cancer, and it was a really difficult time, and it just came out of nowhere, and Dad is gone. However, I'm very grateful that I had some very much quality time with him before his passing, and as well that I was able to be there for him till the very last moment. And it is such a terrible time, especially for those that we love, to watch them suffer and struggle and wind down and shut down right before our eyes. And death is never easy, and the phases and stages of death, the transformations, are a lot to come to grips with. And I'm still having a very difficult time with it. It's only been a short time, but as you know, I lost my mother recently as well, just stage 4 melanoma. So it's been a very bad year, you know, a mother, myself, diagnosis, and then Dad. And although they were divorced over 40 years, you know, they did share a common bond and love of having children together. And it's just very hard to grasp. But at any rate, due to that, I did 100% put all of my medical requirements and needs on the back burner. Only have one dad, and can never go back. So I chose to give that time to my dad, that several weeks or so, and even now, trying to pick up the pieces and move forward and move on with my care. I'm finding it very difficult emotionally. It's been very tough. But I am picking up those pieces now, where I left off. And of course, you know, a few other conditions have come into play. I'm now diagnosed with AFib as well, and that is, although my dad had stage 4 mesothelioma, AFib, and a major stroke is what inevitably did take his life. He had a massive stroke, bleeding of the brain, and became completely paralyzed and pneumonia. And so my AFib diagnosis, I don't know if it's genetic or whatnot, but it's definitely put a lot of fear in me. I've had 3 to 4 TIAs, which are mini strokes, in the last year, and the doctors, after spending 8 days in the hospital last week, and getting a new cardiologist, which I'm very happy with. I feel like I was making little to no progress with the last one. Informed me that my fate could be just as horrific as my father's, due to the onset of the TIAs and the AFib and the unstable heart rate and the blood pressure issues that we can't get under control. And that is Moffat's number one concern, is that I do need a couple of immediate surgeries. However, yes, the high risk factors, that I may not survive anesthesia due to the heart rate and the blood pressure. So we've been jumbling around with multiples of medications, and the side effects and whatnot are just horrific. I have little to no energy level, and that seems to be getting worse each day. On the good note, yeah, I've been staying busy with the rescue, and I try to not turn any away, but I've had to say no too many times in the last month. However, I did get a call this morning on a baby bulldog close by needing a immediate rehoming, and I was willing to accept being that the medical was not too terrible. So I'm working on that right now, because I think I can manage that one. But other than that, I'm going to have to pull myself away just a little bit. Looking at taking 60 to 90 days to focus on 100% medical, getting all of the tests reassessed, labs, and need to go in and do yet another series of FNAs to see the status of the growth of the thyroid tumors and the esophageal. So yeah, that's just kind of an update. I'm trying to stay as hopeful and positive as one can possibly be. Don't want to be a Debbie Downer here. But I thank all of you that have stood by me, and those of you that do understand my MIAs here and there. Not so much lack of responsibility. It's due to the fact that there has been so much going on with myself, and then Dad's situation, of course, that was number one. That was put above everything else. And what else? So yeah, we're coming up on February again already. Almost a year since my diagnosis. I guess that would be April. So not really a whole lot of progress due to, the underlying issues. But I am on a cornucopia of medications, far too many to count, and a lot of bad side effects. So there's been a lot of jumbling around with different medications and whatnot, and that's always difficult because you always hope for a feel-good day, and you pop that new pill, and within 20 minutes you're vomiting and you're back in bed. And I don't have the luxury of doing that because I'm so low, and I have my bully kids. So right now I'm focusing on trying to find some local fosters for my personal crew of 4 to step in for 90 days or so that I don't have that worry, that I know that we'll be able to provide the utmost love and care to my personal crew, so that I can focus on getting well and not have any worries there. And again, local is a must, and my is a very small handful of amazing fosters, of course, have other dogs, have lives, and they're not able to assist. So if you know me, whether it through a bulldog meetup or a reference through one of my great friends, I would very much appreciate it if you could reach out to me. I know it's impossible to keep them all together. Boarding is absolutely not in my budget. Doing the numbers, even with a rescue rate, we'd be looking at several $1,000s to board my babies for 3 months or so till I get through this. So that's not even an option. However, they are my biggest concern right now, and I really can't make any plans to move forward till I know that my babies are safe. And the only way that I would ever consider rehoming them is if I know that I'm not going to win this battle. So I can't go there. I have to tell myself that I'm going to get through this, and I need my babies. But if that time should come, those decisions will be made. But again, if you're local, or if you're someone that knows me very well, please reach out to me if you're able to assist with my crew. And again, there's 4. There's Ocean, Bella, Luca, and Kiwi. Those are my original brat pack, and they mean the world to me. All of the others have fortunately been adopted into amazing homes. I've been so blessed with such amazing homes for the crew, and I couldn't be happier about that. So yeah, that's my number one concern. So I'm kind of back now. I'm focusing on getting me into a better place physically and mentally, because with the physical, all that comes into play. Life can be far too overwhelming when you've got so much on your plate. But I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday season, and I'm sorry I've not been so much in the loop, and I will try to be from this point forward. As I just in this past week, now that we got through the holidays, attempted to pretty much start back at square one. Well, not square one. I have Moffat. I have a plan, but of course, a few months have gone by, so a lot of tests are going to need to be redone, and specific the biopsies, because the tumors here were growing at a pretty significant rate with the last FNA. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, I miss everybody. I miss my social media family, and some of you are so much more to me than that, and I miss you immensely. I miss our talks. I miss your positive words, your smiles, because it radiates, and your positivity, and I miss you so. But I do think about so many of you so often, and I'm so grateful for all of you, and for those of you that have donated through friends' birthday fundraising campaigns for LaRue's, and I thank all of them for sharing their birthdays with me. And I couldn't feel more special that they chose their day to help LaRue's. It really warms my heart, and makes me just realize what wonderful friends that I do have. And again, I thank you. But at any rate, I'll keep everybody posted, but I'm back in the loop, and hopefully I can get through this with leaps and bounds and make some pretty quick progress as to getting where I need to be, which is inevitably at Moffitt for these surgeries. Because of course the longer I wait, the less likelihood that it's going to have a positive outcome. So the surgeries are the key. But then, you know, again, stabilizing the blood pressure and the heart rate is the key to getting the surgeries. So it's a catch-22. But Moffitt is in my corner, so as far as the cancer, I do have the best medical team that I could hope for. However, they deal strictly with the cancers. All of the other issues that I have going on, the esophagus, the intestines, the pernicious anemia, the cardiac, just oh wow, I could go on and on. Those all need to be done by my local team. Yeah, when I say a team, I mean a team. Endocrinologist, gastrologist, cardiologist, anesthesiologist, oncologist. I'm leaving at least 10 out. And there's so many that I can't even remember. But here's hoping to a positive 2018 for everybody. And yeah, just an update on kind of what's going on, because yeah, I have really not been in touch with anyone. A few prior and during Dad's decline, so some of you did know what I was going through there, and stood by me and gave me so many words of comfort, and fills my heart and Dad's too with prayer. And again, thank you. And it's I'd like to say it's good to be back. But I'll talk to everybody soon. And again, if you're local to me, or if you're someone that's close to me, and you're able to assist with my crew, I'm saying 90 days because I'm hoping I can, that'll allow me enough time, if I'm very aggressive, and the doctors as well, enough time to get everything, the blood pressure stabilized, and get into surgery. And the recovery is going to be tough, but to get through that, I only say because I'm alone, and recovery is going to be very difficult. And having the dogs, of course, yeah, I just I can't fathom that. They do have somewhat of a high energy level, and for me to make the best recovery possible, as much as I need those guys mentally, and as much comfort as they give me, I have to be realistic that physically I'm going to have setback, and I'm not going to be able to care for them during my recovery. So again, everybody, here we're going end of February, so hopefully everybody's holiday was amazing, and hopefully your 2018 will far surpass 2017 and be the best year yet. And I wish that for all of you. And many, many hugs from me and my crew.